everybody, it's Carey with GoandFlippingCrazy.com. I'm standing out here in front of my castle. Actually, I'm in front of Dutch Wonderland, which is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Who said there's just Amish people and horse and buggies and cows in Lancaster? We got Dutch Wonderland right here. Anyway, I wanted to bring you ATM Video Vocab episode number 2. We're going to talk about profit sharing today. Profit sharing is something that you can implement into your business that will give you, I think, a huge advantage in placing your ATMs. Basically what profit sharing is you're sharing some of your profits with the business owners, where you place, your ATM. Let's say you find ABC convenience store and you want to place your ATM in there. Well, to make it attractive, all the obvious reasons sometimes don't work with business owners. So to make it a little more attractive to them, throw some extra money at them with profit sharing. Now, the great way to use profit sharing where it doesn't cut into your profits is just add like an extra quarter to the transaction fee or surcharge fee. So for instance, around here the average is like $2. So I would come into you and say, hey, we're going to give you a quarter per every transaction that takes place on this machine. But we actually make the surcharge $2.25. So we still get our $2, the site owner gets 25 cents, and everybody's happy. All right, so that's one way of doing profit sharing. Another way is, and I'm sorry for all the noise, it's like a busy highway out there. Another way to do profit sharing is when you have bigger, I don't want to say bigger, but establishments that know that there's money to be made, like a gentleman's club, for instance. When I went to talk to him, he had already been approached about profit sharing with somebody else, and they gave him like a tiered program, and he shared the whole thing with me. So somebody like that who's educated and knows they're going to make a crap load of money, or we're going to make a crap load of money, you might try a tiered percentage of profit sharing. So, for instance, you could say hits number, if you get 30 to 100 hits, you make 30% of the surcharge fees. If you get 101 to 200 hits, you make 35%. 201 to 300, you make 40%, so on and so on. Obviously, that type of profit sharing is going to cost the most, and it's coming from your profits, so it's going to cost you the most money. So I don't really talk about that with businesses at all, unless they bring it up first and they already know about it, okay? Because I don't really like to give up my profits too much. Another thing you can do with profit sharing is you can say to somebody, okay, this is along the same lines. From 30 to 100 hits, you're going to make 30 cents per transaction. From 101 hits to 200 hits, you're going to make 35 cents per transaction. From 201 hits to 300 hits, you're going to make 40 cents, and so on and so forth. That, again, is cutting into your profits because you're not raising the surcharge by that amount, if you get what I'm saying. But it's less than the percentage, okay? So that's another way. So the top way you want to do it is add like a quarter and give them a quarter. Then you would want to do like the 30 cents after so many transactions. And the least way that you want to do it is percentage, okay? That's just going to cut into most of your profits. What I do personally when I go into, sorry, there's cars driving around here. I just want to make sure I'm not going to get in trouble. What I do personally is as soon as I go into a business, I pitch it from the very get-go. I pitch it from the start. Hey, I'm going to give you some profit sharing on every transaction. You're going to make a quarter. So you're going to get paid basically for doing nothing. And they're fine with that. The only person that ever flinched at that was the gentleman's club owner, because he already knew what another ATM person was going to give him. And mind you, he had been dealing with that ATM person for 6 months. He ended up liking us better. So that's a good thing. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that with you about profit sharing. Try to be a little conscious of giving away your profits. So if you don't have to, don't do it. But I don't think there's anything wrong with going in from the beginning and saying, hey, we're going to give you 25 cents per transaction, and you tacking that on to the surcharge. Because if the average is $2, the surcharge fee average is $2, nobody's going to not use your machine for 25 cents. They're not going to not use your machine because it's $2.25 instead of $2, okay? So I would say that's a good way for you to get into more locations. Just from the beginning, pitch them, say you're going to get 25 cents per transaction. If your average surcharge is $2, you're charging $2.25. If, say, your average surcharge where you are is $3.50, you're going to charge $3.75. Okay? I hope that helped you guys out. Stay tuned for another episode of ATM Video Vocab. Once again, this is Carey with goingtoflippingcrazy.com. And remember, next month we have the ATM Business Blueprint, your guide to a profitable ATM business and a lifetime of passive income that's coming out. Thanks, guys.